What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today we're going to be looking at replays of the Tribe Duels that currently they're still ongoing, but by the time I'm done with this series, the Tribe Duels will probably already be done. This is covering the first round of Tribe Duels. Before we really get started on things, I'll explain a bit about Tribe Rules. So basically, there's this little competition on the official Polytopia server every year where all the tribes compete in an event to see which tribe will be crowned as the best tribe, something like that. Basically, the settings for all these games, they're 256 Pangea on Glory mode, 1st to 10k, and currently round 1 is Oumaji versus IMO, and the games are best of 3. Matches are assigned by some directors. They try and assign it based on skill level. Unfortunately, all the Oumaji players were too good, so I did not get the best opponent, though I will say my opponent was quite good. This matchup is extremely favored for Oumaji, I'm just going to say that. The opponent played to their outs quite well, though, as you'll see in the game. But yeah, this round 1 of how things went. So starting off, just get right into things. So I don't find my village, but then I find it right here. This one thing I like about this double rider opening is, you see that here, I'm not able to capture a village on turn 2, but thanks to the rider I actually can, because it explores this tile, and then I can go there. So it's a pretty neat thing that I like to take advantage of quite often with Oumaji. And yeah, my exploration's doing quite well. I'm able to level up my capital. Things are going pretty well. And then I get an explorer, because it's a pretty crowded map, so I'm likely to find the opponent, and if not, I still get some really nice information. I see their borders. I get a Star Ruins, which is absolutely insane. It allows me to get climbing, level up the city. I've got a lot of mountains, and along with this ruin, so that's why I like climbing here. It just helps me a lot, and it lets me go gambling, which is always good. I get a really nice veteran sword and all sorts of vision. I finally meet the opponent, which they seem to be doing pretty well on 3 cities, which seems a little scary. But there's kind of something with the matchup you'll see, is the opponent's going to get off to a score lead because IMO has that altar piece, which gives them a lot of points. If they're going philosophy, they get even more points from that. They're tech spamming a lot. And most notably is they're going to be placing their Park of Fortune really early as well, because they're going to be getting an early giant, because that's the only way that IMO can win this matchup in these map conditions. There's no other way. But yeah, I'm able to get roads. The Star Ruins gave me a really fast start, and I'm expanding everywhere. Absolutely going crazy. So yeah, you can actually see the city count here, 7 to 3. And he's about to get his 4th, but he's kind of locked off from the rest of the map, and I still have this corner I haven't even explored, so 7 is only the beginning. And I'm able to pressure him quite a lot here. I hit both of his warriors, because if I just hit and kill one of his warriors, then my rider retreats in an awkward spot. I could have considered killing this one as well, which might have also been good. I was also kind of baiting him to siege, because if he goes and tries to siege, I'm able to unsiege and kill both of his warriors pretty easily. So it would make it really difficult for him to pressure, because that's what he has to do. I can just play defense, but he actually doesn't even have good enough vision, so he just heals the warriors. And you can also see his giants, which are a little scary, but I've played this matchup before, just casually with other players, so I understand this is what to expect. If you defend these giants, you basically just win the game, as you'll kind of see. So I'm able to get nice pressure here thanks to this vet sword, take a city from him, which, again, only on 4 cities to my 7. Taking away 1 city from him is going to make things even worse. I get another explorer for some more vision to see what's up. And it looks like he got riding. And yeah, that is all he has to work with. I just have to hold things down the best I can, which it looks like I can't, because, these giants are pretty close, actually. And again, I just get a hit here. I'm not killing it because it just can't retreat to a good spot. But yeah, this giant advances. I don't have enough units at all, but I do have a plan. There's also this side, which I don't have enough units for either, but I do have a plan, trust me. This was a 24-hour game, so I had a lot of time to think about things. So you can see I'm just developing economy. I'm not actually training that many units. I'm kind of just ignoring him. I'm letting him advance. And you'll see why in a bit. But I've already expanded a lot, and I'm gonna level up, give myself a giant. That gives me Park of Fortune, and now I unsiege this. And he has no chance of getting this at all. He doesn't have enough units with the giant to be able to siege, and now his giant has to run away, because he doesn't want to trade giants. That's even worse than keeping the giants on the map. Because if he doesn't have giants at all, that's just his win condition gone. But he's able to siege these, and it doesn't look like I can do anything about that. I don't have any monuments anymore. But my plan was simply, I don't care. Take those cities. And I'm just going to develop my eco and spam some units, which is exactly what I do. Because you see that I'm at 10 cities to 3, but he's about to take 2, so it'll be 8 to 5. So I'm still decisively ahead in city count. And if I develop my economy, he can't win the one way that he can win, which is just like somehow punishing my overexpansion by out-ecoing me and outvaluing me. That's just not happening. He's on the clock. He has to pressure me. He has to try and make things happen. So like my start per turn, doing really well. And you see right here, I hit his giant. I don't care if my giant dies. I care about his dying though. Because that's going to allow me to even pressure him with all the units that I have. And that'll be really useful. And in fact, my giant's even completely fine here. You can see like he only has 2 units. And there's this warrior blocking. He actually can't kill this giant at all. So I kind of like free trade his giant. It keeps mine down for a while, but there's no way he attacks into me, and I'm going to be able to attack into him pretty easily. And then over here, you kind of see what I've done here, is I'm not bothering to walk into him, because he can eventually get more giants. Right now, I'm just kind of like locking things down so he can't do anything. Because he needs to make a move, he needs to do something. If I just stick around, keep units nearby, keep these giants on defense, there's nothing he can do here. And he doesn't have the units to push in the center. It's just not practical. It's too open. I can easily send riders through, and through here on the west, or southwest, I guess, I'm the one actually going to be able to pressure, so he's running out of options already. But he's trying to develop. It definitely looks like he's going for Smithery. Those forge spots are amazing, and there it is. He gets another giant up. I am still up in giants, 3 to 2. And again, I am starting to pressure. I sacrifice a rider so I can get this really nasty siege. He cannot unsiege it, actually, because of this warrior in the way. So this is extremely awkward for him. He'd have to like get roads or something and wrap all the way around. And he just got Smithery, so I don't think he was saving stars for that. So this is like really bad for him, and he has to deal with that. And then yeah, I just train a bunch of riders, because again, I have full vision, so like if he gets a knight, I can play around it. And if I just get units, I can trade into his giants, because again, that's his win condition. He needs giants, and if I kill his giants, he has nothing. He does get the giant push off here, so he doesn't lose the city. And yeah, doing things over here. And you see, I don't siege. I could have sieged with either one of these giants, but I choose not to, because I know he's going to giant push. And like it seems nice, like, oh, I can force out the giant push, but like first off, I don't need to. I don't need to take the city at all. Second off, he's going to hit my giant and then giant push, so it is actually pretty disadvantageous for me to force out the giant push. He's going to be getting a better interaction there, so that's why I don't actually siege, even though it seems like a good idea. There's just not really any reason for me to actually do it. He's getting a lot of giants, though, which seems scary. And he's even getting some swords. And he's even getting on the water, but then I bring out the diplomacy, because, again, he's not attacking me, and I'm forcing him to make a decision at this point. Yeah, I sacrifice a unit so I can get some space here, because you'd see, if we go back here, I actually didn't have space. This unit's from the city, though, so when I sacrifice it, it gives me enough space to make another cloak, which is a pretty nice play. So yeah, I'm able to level up my capital as well, and I pick Park. Again, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned this is Glory, so I've essentially just presented 2 win conditions to my opponent, and he is on a serious clock now. Like, I'm going to invade him with cloaks if he doesn't do something now, and I'm going to just win the game outright if he doesn't do something. I've got a lot of cities I can level up, a lot of parks I can still get, and I can just tech spam, because techs give you a lot of points as well. So, like, I'm way ahead in score. He's not able to, like, out-point rush me. It's just not happening. So, like, this park is, if he can even see it, I don't know if he actually has vision there, but that's, like, a huge issue for him. Because he is actually, like, up in super units. He's got 5 to my 3, but I just don't care. He isn't able to address my actual threats. I'm sending these cloaks, making more. Especially since his cities are really high level, it's going to hurt him quite a lot. I'm also just sacrificing all my riders into this giant, because again, this is win condition, the giant. If I run all my units into the giant and then kill it, then it sucks to be him. He doesn't have his win condition anymore. Because again, that's all he has, is giants. So if I get rid of those, that's it. He gets another city here, which is pretty sneaky. And yeah, you see he loses the gamble. Yeah, he should have gone here, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't, because, like, yeah, it's a 50-50, but you also have to kind of think, like, from the opponent's point of view, right? Like, there's 2 squares where the cloak could be. He knows that. He sees that there is a cloak. Technically, it could be, like, on any of these squares, but he knows it's going to be one of these 2. He already knows that because he's thinking, like, where could the cloak have gone? But then beyond that, where's the most convenient spot for the cloak is always the second thing you should think about. And this spot is more convenient. The reason why I chose it, there's 3 points of entry versus here, there are only 2 points of entry. And because of that, he should have decided to go here because it just makes the most sense, and that's a very good way to catch people off guard. Of course, I could predict that and then put the cloak here because he would expect me to go there and, you know, like, layers. But also, it would be, like, I'd be forced to make a suboptimal play. I think it's good to assume that the opponent makes the optimal play and punish that, because you're more likely to get them that way. So, like, it's a 50-50, but it really actually isn't a 50-50, and I think this was a missed opportunity. Not that it would have mattered, I just would have, like, infiltrated next turn, because he can't stop that. But, yeah, I think it is worth mentioning. And again, now I can infiltrate, and it's just going to be devastating for him. So, I get construction also to level up the city, getting a park, and construction also gives me 300 points just for buying the tech, so I've got a lot of points. I'm continuing to make cloaks, make a defender, just again, ensure he just is never breaking through, getting more points, another park, and the parks also give you extra economy, so it just helps you, like, cascade. It's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend it in Might games, but in Glory, parks are quite good. So, yeah, he does his thing. There's not really much he can do at this point. Because, again, I'm going to win the game soon. I think at this point, like, we were both on, so we just kind of played it like a live game at this point. And he resigns midway through my turn. Because I don't win this turn. I think I did the math and I just win the following turn. But I win pretty soon, so yeah. He resigns, I do my thing. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, we'll look at the next game then. Alright, so we're back here for game 2. And yeah, so I've got a first point. And game 2, host switches. He was hosting the first game. I host the second game. And then the third game he hosts. Reason why he hosted the first is because he had a lower elo on the like Discord bot thingy. So yeah, lucky me, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how things go here. So again, similar opening, I find both my villages right away. This village is not very good because it only has 1 fruit, but it's fine, honestly. Oumaji can kind of work with these resources. It's not that bad. And then I go for the double rider, because I love double rider. And it's just pretty good on this map in general. I get a nice explorer. I mean, it's not like the most amazing. It kind of travels off a bit, but it gives me the information I need. I'm going to be able to get to this side of the map potentially before him, especially because he's rushing this giant, so he's not going to be able to train a lot of warriors. I get my roads early because really skillful ruins. And yeah, connect everything. And then I get another explorer, which I find him over here. And this is the vision I need, vision of his capital. He just got a giant this turn, last turn on turn 6, which is pretty good. And then he gets another one on turn 7. So seems very scary because now I really don't have much, but like, again, kind of remember from last time, it's his only win condition, so if I can just fend off these giants, that's all I need to do. Look at city count, 6 to 3, I'm about to get 2 more cities. He's gonna get the city down here to go to 4, but I still would have double his city count. I'm even fine giving up a city if I need to, but he is getting close to here, and this city is actually pretty important, because if he takes this, he's going to disrupt all my trade connections, it's going to make this city isolated, and he could potentially win that. And if he takes 2 cities and this city, so that's like 3 cities, and I lose 2, so he actually has 4 because there's a city here. So he'd have 5, 6, 7 to 6. He'd actually be up in cities and like the economy, because, you know, he's not expanding as fast and he's rushing giant. If he gets like to even cities, that's pretty bad for me already, and if he gets up in cities, I'm just completely screwed. So the city is really important, but you remember how I defended it last time. It's going to be a similar sort of deal. Just use my Grand Bazaar, plop a giant here, and yeah, now he can't break through. And I'm very incentivized to trade this giant off, because again, it reduces his ability to win, because his win condition is giants. It's very important to understand your opponent's win condition. It helps you a lot in some matchups. And yeah, I'm going to get my eco up a little bit, so yeah, he understands no point in trying to break through here. Go up here. If he can get these cities, because they're kind of isolated from the rest of my empire, if he can get up here, take these cities, I'd be in a pretty awful position. So launches kind of an all-out attack up there. And yeah, this is a very, very sneaky idea. Yes, his giant can kill, but remember his goals and remember my goals. His goal is to get here and take these cities and then stop me from having such a city advantage. I don't care about losing this unit. I'm up in cities. He needs to attack me, and he needs to attack me now. If he spends 1 turn just taking this out, then only like wastes a turn not moving towards this. He actually moves away, and that's going to be terrible. So I basically get a free 6 damage that he can't do anything about, and that's going to be extremely nice for me. I also managed to steal the city from him. I said he was going to get it, but I lied. I also train warriors here. Very important I don't train riders, and instead I train warriors, because if you didn't know already, warriors cost 2 stars, riders cost 3 stars. The point of these units is to just throw them at the opposing giant and have them die. They're just little cannon fodder, little guys. But yeah, their entire purpose is just to die, so there's no reason to make more expensive riders if the end result is the same thing. Just make warriors. It's something you can do, not just with Oumaji, but like if you're just faced with giant pressure, use warriors to chip it down if you have to. It's gonna save you a lot of stars. And yeah, I get another giant down here, just to kind of help stabilize things, and then maybe I can even start forcing him to address what I'm doing here. And yeah, I send my giant here. It's usually bad to advance when you're not on a defense bonus, but again, remember my goal. I want these giants traded off. I don't care if he gets the first hit. I don't care if it's like more efficient for him to attack than it is for him to attack me. Like, he gets the first hit, but I've got a bunch of units. Like, even if he sends this giant, like, he can assure that these giants get traded off, but he doesn't want that. That's really bad for him. So he moves up. He tries to pressure here to take advantage of my giant not being there. He's sieging here, doing everything he can. But I just have this giant here on defense, and I'm building up too many units, so he's just a little too slow. So yeah, spamming more warriors. And very important, I don't attack the giant yet. It has a defense bonus right now. If it goes on the city, it no longer has a defense bonus. That's going to require fewer units to kill, which is just nice in general. I like being able to kill units more easily. And he has to do this anyway, so if he just keeps it there, I'm just going to drain more units. And I just kind of keep developing because, honestly, everything's looking fine on defense. Spam some more units. And he resigns at this point because he realizes, well, my attack failed. 9 cities to 4. What does he do? I've got tons of eco. He's completely trapped. I'm even going to start like counterattacking soon because I'll send these 2 giants against his 1 after I take care of this giant, and things will be over. But yeah, that's how things went for round 1. I'll link the 3rd game as well. We kind of just played it out for fun. I also won that, but it didn't actually matter for the results. Yeah, I also showed the final results probably somewhere. Spoilers, Oumaji won round 1. And then round 2 will be against Luxador. So stay tuned for that, and have a good one.